Attention gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro, I'm still out here doing dimes. I'm still out here doing reps. Listen, to all men with no kids, I don't care if you're 30 years old, it's never too late. Listen, still go 7 to 10 years on retention. Trust me, you're not gonna look like a wrinkled piece of french fries. You're not gonna look like a curly fry from Arby's. You're gonna actually have smooth skin, glowing skin, muscles if you do your diamonds, if you train. Peep, I said if. But now here's what we're gonna talk about. Now listen, to all the men out there with no children, even to all the youth out there with no children, listen, do not run out there and get a single mother. If a single mother even walks up to you and tries to get your number, you can exchange phone numbers, but don't text her. Don't even exchange the numbers. Matter of fact, because a lot of dudes can't do that right now. A lot of dudes have to control their lust. So listen, once you start to walk around looking attractive, when you build your physique, and you're handling business, financial business, and you have a 9 to 5, and you're actually walking around with confidence, and you're actually not begging, listen, do not settle down with a woman who has a child. Leave women with all children alone. If you don't have children, you wait for the woman who does not have children also. Listen, I am not holier than thou. Listen, I dated a single mother before. And they like, dang, you dated a single mother before? Yeah. For how long? 4 days. I dated a single mother for 4 days. It took me 4 days to snap out of it. I just kept seeing her stomach, and listen, she was absolutely gorgeous. That's why it took 4 days. Because if she wasn't, we just gonna leave it at that. But she was gorgeous. So it lasted 4 days. Because I had to realize, like, she's carrying another man's seed. This is why I tell you to retain your seed. Because she was carrying another man's seeds. But guess what? When you have lust and you don't control your sexual desires, guess what? When you have no control over your flesh, like the Bible talks about, you're going to date single mothers who are pregnant or walking around with full-grown sperm cells. Listen, her children are full-grown sperm cells. Listen, her children are another man's seed. That's another man's seed that you're next to. This is why I tell you to control your lust, because you're in a dark place. Listen, I don't go around children. You're in a dark place. A lot of dudes want to make content for children. When I drop this content, I put it specifically, it's not for children. My content is for, the youth. And what I mean by the youth is like 18 and up. So listen, I don't go around other women's children. That's another man's seed. You have never even met the baby father. You don't even know what you're getting yourself into. A lot of dudes in O Block will chase you down the street. And I've never even been to O Block, but we can see it. A lot of dudes get chased down the street. And I guarantee you it's because they're around other people's kids. They're around other people's seed. They're smashing baby mamas. They're smashing single mothers. Listen, you have to avoid that. This is why I tell you to control your lust. Because when you don't control your lust, you make bad decisions. You make bad decisions. Listen, you have no children. You should wait for a virgin. Yes, peep, I said virgin. If she is not a virgin, it will not work out. Let me say it again. If she is not a virgin, it will not work out. But guess what? When you control your lust, peep, I said when you control your lust, if she's not a virgin, you can still see her as a sister. Not like, dang, oh, she got a bubble, you know, I want to grab her from right there. Then I'm going to take her up top and then I'm going to slam, boom. No. You don't have to think like that. That's when you control your lust. You see every woman in the world as your sister. You see every guy in the world as your brother. But you're the introvert, so you don't talk. We don't have time to talk. All we do is build and focus on our dreams. Listen, you have to stay focused or you're going to be begging for people to subscribe to your channel. People, I've never begged for anybody to subscribe. If your content is on fire like NBA Jam, listen, they gonna hit the slam. They gonna hit that subscribe button. They gonna slam it. They gonna slam dunk on the subscribe button. They gonna slam dunk on the like button. Listen, don't worry about likes, views, or subscriptions or none of that. Put out content that's genuine. Because if you don't love it, you won't be active on it. That's why people be dropping once every 3 weeks, once every 2 weeks, or even once a day. Because they're trying to do it to get laid. They're trying to come to YouTube to get laid. Then they get 500,000 subscribers, and they're not getting paid from YouTube at all. And they like, dang, I got 500,000 subscribers. I worked all this time, and I'm still not getting paid from YouTube. Because you do it for the money. You do it for the money. You don't, because you don't have a 9 to 5. So you think you can stop your 9 to 5 and YouTube just gonna make you rich like Kaisenet. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. That's why I gotta come to YouTube to tell you, dude, even in the false images, stop believing in these false idols, aka celebrities, aka Divine Nine. Listen, these dudes out here is bisexual. These dudes out here is bi. Listen, we gotta roll as introverts, 10 toes down. You don't know what these dudes is. You don't know these dudes' backgrounds. Stop making new friends. Make new friends with them biceps. Make new friends with them curls. Make new friends with them pull-ups, diamonds, dips, squats, lunges, hip thrusts, you know, calf raises, sit-ups, crunches. Those are your friend. Clocking in at 9 to 5. Handling business is your friend, not your coworkers. Handling business is your friend. But we are also respectful because we control ourselves. Because we're disciplined. We're on semen retention. We're not easily agitated like these dudes out here. Listen, semen retention gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro.